Spider-Man the Animated Series.
You got the title right.
I doubted that right this time.
Congratulations on it.
The Mutant Agenda, Season 2, Episode 4. So not long after the last one we did.
Correct. This is another addition into the Neogenic Nightmare series.
Yeah.
Falls into that.
Yeah, because the series had the plots that go the entire season.
Correct.
Cool.
Or like half seasons, right?
Yeah, normally it was the full one though.
Neogenic?
Yeah.
Because this one included when Michael turns into Morbius.
Yeah, there was arcs within the...
Right.
But the whole thing was like, Neogenic Nightmare, Chapter 1 and 2.
Yeah. Needlessly confusing and doesn't help anybody except for...
I always liked it. It is kind of confusing, but
it doesn't make sense to like what you're trying to do, because if you're calling the entire season an arc, then why are you having like episodic ones that are like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, right? That doesn't make sense, right? Like if it's a full season, then it's all one arc. But anyway,
yeah, this is the arc we're doing within the arc.
See? It's the whole First Blood Rambo stupid, like they don't know how to name movies.
Yeah, it's
First Blood Part 2. Anyway, Rambo is now in theaters. Another one.
The Last Blood?
I have no idea. I want to see it. It's good. You gotta go down
Wonderful
the river.
name.
You gotta go down the river. Don't go down the river.
Yeah, Season 2, Episode 4, The Mutant Agenda. Spidey, he shows up at the X Mansion because of his mutation, so...
Oh, no. First of all, this episode starts off with another flashback, which seems to be the case in this.
Yeah, you're actually right. Which is comes off of the last bottle cap we did.
Correct.
Almost directly.
So trying to figure out his life.
Yeah, and Kurt Connors is like, bro, you're mutating.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And it's not human.
I can't do anything for you. So, I don't know, like, Spider-Man has a business card, and he's like, alright, I'm gonna go see Professor Xavier in upstate New York.
Yeah, he just swings over.
And I don't know how many trees there are, or buildings to get to upstate New York, but I don't know how he's web-slinging all the way up there.
He made it. Maybe he took the subway.
I like how Homecoming made that joke, where he's in the suburb, and he's like, oh, fuck, like, there's nothing. Like, there should, like, if he jumped off the top of a bus that was going to, like, Albany... Makes sense, but he just appears in upstate New York.
It's like those old video games where you could web swing on the clouds. Like,
okay,
there's no buildings. It's like,
we'll just accept
or
it.
Or the 60s cartoon, same thing. You just web swing anywhere.
Are we referencing the 60s cartoon? Is that canon?
I just did. I couldn't help it.
Fair enough, because there's a whole lot of pointing of like, you're not the... You're... That's the best... That's the definitive...
We're gonna have to do one of those.
That's the definitive J. Jonah Jameson, by the way.
We're gonna have to do it.
They got him to a T.
But yeah, so he shows up at the X Mansion.
And apparently the danger room works outside? Because they're outside fighting shit? Like, there's things coming out of the mansion. Like, it seems like it's a self-defense system.
Yeah. He gets caught up in the security system, which I didn't know they had.
To this extent, too, right? You have fucking mutants and X-Men. You need a security system that has, like, claws that just grab random spiders. But the one cool thing was, it's the X-Men that look completely different than what we've known, but they got all the same voice actors.
The same voice. They don't look. Not all of them look crazy different.
They don't look the same.
Beast is a standout.
You could tell they all look weirder.
Beast looks.
Wolverine looks weird too, and it's not
a little bit.
It's just like you assume it's the coloring and the animation style and all that. Fine.
It's like Gambit and Jean too. They had different colors.
Yeah, it's like you walk into the room and you're like, I know you guys are all the same. It's like it's a bit of a Get Out kind of scenario. It's like you look like the dude I knew, but if I talk to you, you're smiling for an unknown reason. But yeah, that's great. But I have no idea how Spider-Man bodies 6 X-Men.
I had that same thing. Yeah, I was just like, he webs up the whole team and skates without issue. Just
fuck off. Like way to just crap on your other properties, right? Like X-Men. They take down Sentinels, but they have a problem with a web slinger who, in previous episodes, is having fucking what's the shit where you can't perform issues.
Oh, like ED.
Whatever you want to call it, but he couldn't get his webs up to perform, and now he can take on 6 X-Men.
Yeah, no problem, and no problem. So that's including Storm and Jean Grey. They're there.
You're putting X-Men on the same level as Insidious 6. That's
was
the
Rogue
level
there
of
too.
No,
the show's at that point.
I'm gonna say it was Beast, Wolverine, Gambit, Psyche,
yeah. I'm pretty sure Storm was there.
Jean, Professor X, and Jubilee's around there.
Yeah.
Because Jubilee's always just fucking up shit.
Yeah. Well, Professor X wasn't there yet.
I know, but if he's in the mind space, he could just shut shit down. Like, he's your fucking self-defense system.
Right.
If he notices, oh, there's a brain I don't understand, down.
Yeah,
Shut it down.
Yeah, you're cooked.
But you just on par with Insidious 6? Like, that's how shitty you have your X-Men in this universe? Come on, man. Like, there's no synergy there.
So he runs into the base, ends up in the danger room with deadly sentinels.
Rogue is there.
Rogue is there, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, because she's thirsty as hell.
Yeah, she makes another joke about how she can't have a man, but she's interested in having man.
Yeah. And she likes the dude with a mask on.
Yeah, she's got the weirdest lady blue balls I've ever seen.
Yeah.
She's just horned up for anything new.
Yeah, no kidding.
Knowing that she can't touch it.
Yeah.
But she can.
Yeah, but what was it?
Condoms.
Yeah.
Just don't touch me, but like, be in a latex
like full body
suit.
condoms.
Yeah, that's not hard. Rubber lips. If Batman and Robin got it right, how can X-Men not?
Nipple suits and rubber lips.
Then you can have as much sex as you want, and Batman Forever credit card, so she can get the money for it too. She get paid for it.
So he knows who Professor X is, but he doesn't know that the X-Men exist. I thought that was kind of funny.
Stupid.
I thought that was it's like.
Oh, do you mean stupid?
Another word for stupid is funny? Because he shows up, it's like, who are these clowns? But then he knows Professor X, so it's like, okay. So you know Professor X, but you don't know what he's all about.
And
okay.
And then you just dummy them. So like the fact that he dummy them.
This webs them.
And I stand fast that Professor X is useless to this. He really needs Mr. Sinister.
Probably.
Who's an actual geneticist and understands DNA.
Yeah, you know why he went to go see Professor X, just to squeeze the X-Men into this arc. That's really it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why he went, or why the TV show?
The TV show went.
Sure, but there are so many other characters that you had the whole gambit of, funny enough to use the word gambit, of Marvel characters to use. You don't need X-Men here.
But they're here.
But you shoehorn them in, fine. Yeah. I'll take it. It's not great.
So yeah, he goes to see Professor X because he wants to be cured. He just kind of like demands it, and Charles turns him down, and he gets triggered so hard. Yeah. He's just like a hissy fit. Like, well, if you guys can't fucking help me, then I'm out of here.
So he's a bitch.
Okay,
well, he pulls a Logan.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
But he doesn't know if X-Men are allies or not.
No, but Beast follows him anyways.
Sure, and then Logan is looking to like hunt down Spidey, but tells Hank to fuck off, and then Beast gets the B story of like what's actually going on, which will come back around towards the end, but still a weird way to get two characters from the X-Men universe into the Spider-Man universe. Yeah. There are definitely easier ways of doing that, but 90s cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah, this is 25 years ago, right? If you think about it.
And they've definitely made improvements to it, but here we are reviewing a classic. But this is the first intro of then we get Hobgoblin, who makes his appearance. And if you didn't recognize the voice, it's of the one true
Mark Hamill, the man,
amazing voice actor who
so he meets
he doesn't like playing heroes in cartoons, I guess.
Nah, he doesn't have a hero voice.
I mean, he play Plastic Man, maybe.
You think he could be Plastic Man?
I think everyone could be Plastic Man. I can't wait for the Plastic Man movie.
But yeah, Hobgoblin, he meets Herbert Landon in a warehouse, and Herbert Landon is Beast tells Spider-Man he is a scientist who's working on a cure for the mutant gene. Right. And he's conveniently about to go public with it, just in time for Spider-Man not wanting his mutation to further.
Right. Another neogenic nightmare, one would say.
So Hobgoblin meets Landon, and Landon's supposed to be paying him some money. Yeah.
And bitch better give me my money?
Yeah, bitch give me my money. And then he booby traps it. which Hobgoblin was expecting.
Of course.
Right?
I can't remember if this is the part of the episode where we see Kingpin, but I just want to say Kingpin
This is
the worst alter ego for Wilson Fisk. There's no mask, there's no cape, there's no voice changer.
And it seems like everybody in the criminal underworld knows exactly
him.
who he is. Yeah.
And he's very public in the business world as Wilson Fisk. Like, he didn't even change the jacket. Like, he's still wearing the same
still a white jacket.
So fuck off. And then I also wrote Smythe, because we get Smythe in this episode too.
Smythe.
With millions of dollars and technology out the ass, he's still rocking a mullet from U2 1990 era.
This is only 4 years later.
I mean,
keep that in mind.
No, but you could update on that. Like, there's no more party in the back for you. Okay, it should be all business now.
What I like is when he eventually mutates himself, he still has the mullet.
He kept the mullet. Everything mutated except for the mullet. It's like, make sure this. He spent another extra week on DNA chromosomes to be like, don't touch the hair.
That's a whole other episode.
I need the hair.
Yeah, but I just realized that it's the same. Anyways. Some dudes, like a whole, when I say some dudes, I mean like a whole militia team are hanging out in the bushes when Hank and Spider-Man are talking.
Yeah, it's a weird trade-off. Like,
I thought it was ridiculous at first, but they do say that they're hired by Landon to look out for mutants, but I still think that was...
That you're just randomly in this force?
Yeah.
Like, Beast is supposed to be the ally, but gets shot up and can't even be helpful.
Yeah.
And then how many trees are in upstate New York for Beast and Spidey to travel through? Because, like, they do spend a lot just swinging back.
Yeah.
But I have no... Like, unless you had a tracker on Spider-Man, there's no real reason for these guys to be in the middle of goddamn Albany, New York. I'm just going to keep throwing out Albany like in some place.
Beast and Spider-Man or the soldiers?
They're soldiers.
Well, they're waiting. It's a dumb reason, but they're waiting for... Their whole thing was like, oh, I knew
mutants walk by here.
Yeah, exactly. If we hung out closer... If we hung out close enough to the X Mansion, I knew we'd... It's
just
so
fucking
dumb.
go to the X Mansion then. Just go raid it.
Yeah, it's dumb, yeah. Well, they can't handle well, actually, if Spider-Man can handle the team by himself... A dozen soldiers probably should be able to
take down the entire X-Men franchise. William Stryker is proud. I wrote Peter's a peeping Tom spying on MJ because I think he's just looking through on a tree through her window.
Right. Yeah, I didn't write anything down about that. But
super creepy. And then we get another flashback to Uncle Ben and young Peter fishing.
Yep.
Where he gives him a nice little
pep talk.
Greater advice, responsibilities.
Yeah.
And, you need to have those and yada yada. Between his flashbacks at Aunt May's house, he's already okay. So he goes back home.
Yep.
He flashbacks to Uncle Ben, and then he's and he's in normal Peter garb. Somehow from that flashback, he magically appears on top of a bridge in full Spider-Man costume. Fuck you, go home. What the hell is that shit? What the hell? Why'd you even go home?
Yeah,
just go straight to the bridge and have the flashback. Yeah. It did, I just saw the end of it. I was like, wait a minute. We went back to Aunt May's house.
Yeah.
For a flashback to just take him back to the world? Like, what? Why even have Aunt May in there? Like, what was the point of that? Anyway, I wrote, Jubilee is the ruiner of 2 childhood cartoons.
Yeah,
she makes an appearance in here.
She does.
And
I was like, God damn it.
She's terrible.
But on the plus side, Wolverine figures out a stinking trap.
He does. I wrote that too. That's my one-liner. Yeah, stinking trap.
Wolverine figures out a stinking trap.
That, and I wrote mutie lovers. So it's either racism or homophobia here. when the opposition finally gets into, you guys love mutants?
This part gave me the most unexpected laugh of the episode, and I think you're just talking about it, is when they...
mutie lovers.
Yeah, when he... Yeah, no, but do you know when they're doing the... when Landon's doing the reveal, he's doing the talk about his cure for the mutant gene.
Right.
And so Peter shows up in regular clothes, and he talks to that one girl, Cecily.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And she's like, she I don't know, I can't remember what the dialogue was, but he's like, oh yeah, I'm here. And she's like, oh, well, mutants are gross or whatever like that. And he goes, I didn't expect that from you, Cecily. And then he runs away. And the run killed me because he's just running for no reason. I was like, where are you going?
And going back to Langdon, a.k.a. David Warner, who was also...
That's right. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
That's the name. Who was also in Naked Souls.
Yeah.
Which is a B-rated movie with Pamela Anderson.
Also...
Yes, he was. But he's also voiced in beloved cartoons of Gargoyles, Superman, Iron Man, Biker Mice from Mars, Captain Planet, Batman the Animated Series... And he's Professor Jordan Perry in The Secret of the Ooze.
There it is. That's what
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Even watching it now, I was like, I know that voice.
Yeah, the voice. That was throwing me off the entire episode. Yeah.
I was like, is it actually him? I was
but
like,
he's in so much of my childhood.
He's got a great voice. Yeah. He's a very distinct voice.
He does. He just says stupid shit in this one.
Yeah, he does have stupid shit in this one.
Other than that, again, so fastest costume change when saving Langdon from Hobgobbler, because Spider-Man's in the symposium or whatever. It's a big auditorium where they're having a big speech about mutant and a mutant lover. I can save them. Then Hobgoblin destroys. So it's Peter who goes to see that lecture. Hobgoblin comes and destroys the roof changes, and then he's already on the roof to web it up.
Yeah.
And then obviously another mutant helps save it.
Yeah, as the roof is coming down. Like, that's pretty ballsy of Hobgoblin to just show up and
give him his money. He doesn't fuck around with his money.
The funny thing is, I was like, not sympathetic, but I was on his side. I was like, man, you owe this guy dough.
Yeah, pay him.
You find out later what it's for, but it's like, you owe this guy money.
You're not poor either. Like,
why are you trying to just pay him his money? Go away.
He's a menacing character. It's not like he's like a mob boss. He's like, oh, okay, well, I just gotta avoid this alleyway. He's got a glider. He's got a cape. And he's got pumpkins that he throws with bombs. It's not the dude that I just want to be like, you know what? Maybe I'll pay you the next month. No. This motherfucker's gonna break your legs.
What I do like
everything else.
I like my villain speeches, and we get 2 of them here. We get one from Landon and one from Hobgoblin.
We get 2
two villain speeches. This is the way I like it. Speeches. And they both detail their plans back to back, so you understand where they're both coming from. It's like, oh, thanks, guys. You didn't let that develop within the show. No. You just tell us.
Exposition now. We have no more time. We spent 20 minutes getting back Spider-Man to Albany, New York, and back again.
Yeah.
Then we need to tell you everything that's going on.
So basically, Landon wants to enslave the mutants, or create his own, rather.
Yeah.
And Hobgoblin wants hush money.
Yeah.
And so this is what...
So it's not a real big, eye-opening plan from Hobgoblin.
No.
His motive has stayed the same the entire film. He didn't really need a big, pay me my money now. We got that.
Yeah.
We knew your motivation, bro.
Yeah. But it's just so funny that it's hush money, yet he's so quick to tell Spider-Man exactly why...
Yeah. Why all this is happening.
Why are you saying anything?
I don't know.
Don't tell him why he owes you money. Just leave it alone. Anyways, and then it ends with Wolverine and Spider-Man facing off in an alleyway.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, and then Hobgoblin's like, ooh, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. And then fucking... Oh, wait, there's a 2-parter.
Yeah, and then it ends there and starts the second part.
Right. Oh, wait, no, before that happens, we also get the 3D animation that they used to add sparingly into the episode.
Yeah,
when we all went crazy, ooh! It was just going through an alleyway. So
it's so cool.
They spent, $200,000 on 3 seconds of turning the corner in the alleyway. And then Spider-Man dummies Logan, really? Fair fight? Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nah,
especially with he's on the ground fist to fist.
That and fucking Beast's cowlick hair pissed me off constantly. That stupid strand, that Superman S-curl that went up. I was like, God damn. You have no respect for anybody in the X-Men universe. No. He looks like a dweeb. I wouldn't rescue him. I wouldn't trust him to rescue me. Part 2.
Part 2, and Landon's lab or whatever apparently...
Oh, no, sorry. Before you get to Landon's lab, bombs are useless. Because he throws them at them, and they both jump out of the way. No casualties. Right, yeah. No, nobody gets hurt. They all just clear the time. And then talk shit instead of throwing another one. He's like, no, you have a bag full of fucking bombs.
Just throw the bag.
Just dummy them. You should be a fucking MLB pitcher. Just letting them fly. Fuck off.
Throw the whole bag and shoot it. Blow up the whole alleyway.
And an even matchup between Logan and Spider-Man? No, fuck off. Don't at me. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
No.
Ever.
But no, Landon's lab apparently has missile launchers attached to it, and they come out. This is in the middle of the summer. They just pop out with missile, and they shoot missile launchers at the two guys fighting.
Wouldn't have Spider-Man got the Spidey sense from Wolverine and Hobgoblin, and not just conveniently the rockets that don't aim at him?
Yeah.
Wouldn't all of this been I gotta watch out for it?
Yeah.
Which would lead me to believe that this is a more fair fight. No, he just walks in and is like, oh, I can take Logan.
What pissed me as a nerd, what pissed me off about this is when Wolverine starts just flexing. He lifts 2 guys up at once. Mm-hmm. He throws them in. Remember the one dude he throws up in the ceiling it's effort. Since when is he super strong?
I don't know. He's not weak.
No, but he's not gonna. He grabs a guy by the collar with one hand and launches him up in the rafter of a warehouse. This isn't it's. We're talking 20, 30 feet up.
So this is what happens when you let another property take your beloved characters and write about them.
I was like, fuck, since when does he have super strength? It's nerd complaint, but still, it's well, okay, why does he just start lifting cars and throwing them?
I said, oh, look, another flashback. Hank dropping a beaker. Needed that to write out the cartoon. I really need to see that he dropped a beaker in order to get his full story with Langdon, because then they finally talk about how they were colleagues back before. They were... All the research that Hank was doing, what led to this new mutant gene pool, cesspool, drug, whatever, liquid, serum.
He indirectly helped directly helped with the discovery of this mutant gene cure that
Yeah.
Landon's working on.
He was looking for something and ended up finding something else, which is how many scientific breakthroughs.
I do appreciate how Hobby is able to just fly around wherever he wants without anybody knowing anything. Like, he's just like, I'm out of here, and then he flies down, like, corridor. Like, if you have missile launches on the outside of your building, you think your security system inside would be even better.
Even better.
This guy just flies around, he makes it to, like, the corridor, no problem.
Or a security door, or a security guard.
Nope.
Everything is just full open doorways. I can
Hobgoblin just flies through it, plants a virus in the computer.
I wrote, I laughed because I wrote, everyone is always on the right camera screen at the right time. Oh, everyone's on the right camera on the right screen at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the right
at the perfect
camera
time.
screen at the right perfect time. Yeah. So they're looking at security cameras and they see Spider-Man running. Or they look at another camera and they're like, oh, they see Hobgoblin
enter and then come. Yeah.
It's so convenient. It's more annoying in movies because it shouldn't be like that. But in cartoons, it's like, you don't even need this, to be honest with you. Just have them fucking pop out wherever you want them to pop out. And then we have more 3D with the
ugliest CGI face ever.
I mean, CD-ROM reference for Hobgoblin is pretty damn cool. Yeah, he's a hacker and everything. He could have been a whole virus. So that's the Halloween mask for 1995, I guess. I don't know.
Also, when Spider-Man throws the door at those guards, that would have killed them.
Yeah, they're dead. I wrote here, Spider-Man murders 3 guards with an iron door crushing.
He throws an iron door at them, and they're just like, oh, dear me. Like, that shit would have...
No, he's dead.
Yeah.
Wolverine is the greatest impractical dress tracker ever.
Jumps into electric bars like an asshole.
Like,
you remember that?
Like, he was looking for that charge.
He's like, so they come into a room, and Hank is in an electrical charged cage. Like, the bars are electrically charged over, like, a vat of acid. Of the goo, sorry. Wolverine sees him, jumps. So apparently he can jump far, too.
That makes
more sense than the strength, I guess. But, so he jumps up right into the bars, like, and knocks himself out.
It's pretty good, actually. Because that seems like a Wolverine thing to do. Yeah. Like, he just wants to help his friend. And he's so impetuous, he'll just jump into whatever problem and fuck himself over. What did I write here?
We get Kingpin again, where he bails on land, and he's like, this is too messy, I'm out of here, you're fucked. Like, he pulls the funding for his project.
Right.
So there's that, so we get the best hidden disguise again in this one.
Well, he believes that just hiding in plain sight works out, and I can't really knock it, because it's working out for him.
It seems to work just fine, and so Hobgoblin and Landon get into a scrap. And Landon's actually pretty, like, he's standing his own, man.
He holds his own, which is weird. So this whole cartoon doesn't make any sense.
No, and Hobgoblin gets his glider stuck in a railing. Right? And instead of, like, just leaving it alone, because he has he has a gun.
Right.
And he has the pumpkin bombs, but instead of just trying to kill Landon with those, he sits there for minutes trying to break his glider out of the railing.
Right.
And then Landon gets to jump on him, right?
I wrote, Logan is taller than Beast. Get the fuck out of here.
No, that doesn't make sense. No, there's no way.
Landon turns into Sauron.
That's right. Yeah, he falls. So Landon, during the fight, he falls into the vat of
and he
green
turns
shit.
into this weird monster thing.
It's a slimy green monster. Yeah, who's Sauron-esque.
Yeah.
And he drains energy, so he just goes into, like, cables and breaks them open. And
Wolvie gets dummied by Spider-Man. Cracks wise. This was good. that was good. That made me good.
Oh, when Wolverine gets tossed?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, he goes. Well, Wolverine jumps in front of the big green, the Landon monster, right? And he's like, well, you sure showed him. Remember, because he gets
yeah, he just gets dummied out.
Wolverine's like, shut up, you puny little geek. Which I laughed.
That was great.
A lot too. Then Enter the X-Men. They show up. Because Landon gets out in the street.
Before we get there, so they have Landon transform into this weird slug monster that has legs, but it's dragging his body like a slug with its hands. Yeah, you're right. Why the fuck did you give him legs then? Like, I have no problem with him being like a weird slug thing. Yeah. But you put legs on him.
Yeah, his hind legs are useless.
For not to use. I was like,
they're useless.
Weird. X-Men show up, crack media team, because they knew what the monster wanted to eat, where the monster was going, and that the police couldn't stop it before the police even arrived. So I was like, God damn, give this lady her paycheck. They did their job?
Yeah.
How? I have no idea.
Well, and Jubilee, like, so the ones that were there at the beginning are there. Jubilee does nothing Gambit can't do. Because there's the one thing where it's like, she's like, and the thing doesn't even phase it. And then Gambit's like, let me try. And he's like, why is she here? She sucks.
She's a junior. She's got to learn the ropes.
Oh, man. She sucks.
Also, the camera's in the perfect place at the perfect time for them to record the video of the X-Men and Spider-Man fighting Langdon Slug Monster.
Right.
Here come the X-Men. Play the music. All is forgiven. I hear the X-Men music.
Right.
Very happy.
Storm and Jean, not there. They're not even there.
Well, they got dummied from Spider-Man, so they're still recovering from their wounds. Right,
yeah.
It was a very tough battle.
Cyclops does nothing.
Right. Rogue gets dummied,
helped. Yeah.
But saved by Spider-Man. Fuck your cartoon.
Thirsty again.
But how would that happen in this universe?
No.
Of the two of those roles, who would get dummied and who'd save that person?
It's not going to be this way.
It would be Rogue getting dummied. No. Just putting that out there.
You find out that Landon's assistant's a mutant the whole time, and she's the one
that dumb broad. Yeah, she's such a dumb broad.
She saved, and Beast is like, "This is what got me." Beast goes, "I have suspected she was a mutant for a long time, but he's only known her half a day." So unless they go way back, I don't know.
I have point form retorts from here on out. So if I speak...
Okay, go ahead. Do you think?
I was going to say, Storm looks good. Yes. Jubilee useless.
Yep.
Gambit catches some pussy. Rogue puts in work. Lasers. Lasers! That threw me off. Clearly I'm dying because this cartoon killed me. That moment where Wolverine looks like he's humping air. It's just just a little moment where he's doing this thrust thing. And I was like, he's humping air. And they cut away. It's like an inside joke between the animators. And then back to the dumb broad, who's a telepath.
He's a telepath, yeah.
Wanted to hide.
Whoops! I didn't even get her name. That doesn't matter. She's
a dumb broad.
Yeah.
The entire time, she pretended not to be aligned with mutants. She said that she was a hate mongering, like she.
Oh yeah, she was fully embracing the hate. Yeah.
Mutants worked alongside someone that was actually trying to destroy mutants. All together to find out she's a mutant who's been working behind the scenes to save all mutants. Fuck you.
Yeah.
If you're not smart and strong enough to stand up for who you are and what you believe in,
get the fuck out.
You're a dumb brat. Get the fuck out.
This whole episode ends with him visiting Mariah Crawford, right? Dr. Crawford, who is Craven's wife. And it proves that this whole 2-part episode, this whole arc was useless. Because if he had gone to her in the first place, they could have avoided everything. But he had to learn from friends, the X-Men, that it's okay to go to those. So he shouldn't have gone to Professor X because he didn't help him at all. He should have just gone to Dr. Crawford.
I still think he should have went to either her or Sinister. But I wrote X-Men New Allies, never calls them. So like, what's the point?
Never...
Like, you befriended these guys to never use them again.
Never.
Fuck you, Spider-Man. You peed on X-Men.
Well, actually, Secret Wars, but that's way at the end. He brings, but yeah.
And he only
doesn't count.
He brings in Storm and never talks to Storm.
We'll cover it. We'll cover another one. Yeah, we'll cover it. We have to cover that.
That one's frustrating.
We have to cover that one
because I remember reading the comic and be like, "This is not the comic book." No. And then so cool though. Like they tried to do something.
We'll cover it. So how many bottle caps do you give this?
Is it better than
Insidious 6? I don't know. I think I had more fun with Insidious 6.
No, I'm gonna say it's not better than Insidious 6.
No.
Because this has the X-Men theme, and that gave a lot of points. So it gets two and a half bottle caps from me.
I'll give it 2.
And the fact that the audacity of having Spider-Man be on the same level as Wolverine is maybe the funniest, unintentionally funny thing I've ever come in across.
Although at least Spider-Man is super strong.
Sure, but to go like you're gonna go round and round, like, and he's on the ground. He's not even using like web crawling and flying around. Like you're trying to beat him on his level.
You're not going fisticuffs with Wolverine.
Fuck off. Take all the fucks you have, and just fuck right off. And then Wolverine being as tall as Beast made me laugh as well. So this one is higher rated because beloved X-Men and them just peeing all over that. Everything I loved about X-Men. Even the song is different.
Yeah, it's like a remix.
I still love it.
That's no way to treat a lady, pal.
You sure showed him.
Shut up, you puny little geek.